Thank you for tuning in. You're watching Now You Know, a JCC production. And today, we're talking about Tesla Model 3 and whether you should or should not cancel your Model 3 reservation. Let's dig in. About 2 weeks ago, I received an email from Tesla stating that my Model 3 release date or production date has been delayed, and I should not expect delivery until late 2018. Now, this is the second email that I've received in the past 6 months delaying the production of my Model 3. Now, this is a bit frustrating, especially for me, because I'm on a fine line where I'm going to need to replace my vehicle and was actually supposed to take delivery mid to late summer. And my vehicle is sort of on the verge of whether or not it will make it past that. I have over 200 and some thousand miles on the car and was really anticipating the M3 being delivered again mid to late summer. So, I find it hard whether or not should I not cancel my reservation? And for those reasons that I just stated, that I may need to purchase a vehicle before I'm actually going to be taking delivery of my Model 3, and really don't want to have two new vehicles at the same time. So a day later, after I received the email delaying my Model 3, they sent me another email saying, hey, guess what? We just delivered an M3 to a showroom near you. Why don't you come in, take a look? You can feel, you can touch, you can do all these things. And I'm going to link it up here, but about 2 weeks ago, I produced a video and stated in this video that I thought Tesla was making a great marketing strategy by delivering a bunch of vehicles to their showrooms across the United States for reservation holders like myself to go in, touch, see, feel the Model 3 in person. And that's exactly what they did here. They made an announcement saying, hey, we're delaying your Model 3 production, but don't worry about it. We just put one in a showroom near you. We are going to produce this vehicle. Why don't you come in and take a look at it? And, hopefully that will suffice and you won't cancel your reservation. Great that Tesla is actually doing this, but it doesn't hide the fact that they continue to have production issues and continue not to be able to meet the timelines that they have stated. So I grabbed the family. We went down there that weekend and waited in line just like everybody else to get our hands on the Model 3. And it did not disappoint, folks. It was an absolutely beautiful vehicle. I went through it as much as I possibly can with the time that they allotted us to get through this vehicle, which was about 2.5 minutes. So I went through all of the gaps throughout all the vehicle, the front, the trunk, the doors. Everything was absolutely beautiful. The interior was well designed and well done, well fitted. And I brought my family, my wife, my daughter, my brother, and we just wanted to load ourselves into the car to really see if this vehicle is going to meet our demands, since this was the first time that I've ever seen it. And again, it was an absolutely beautiful vehicle. But what I will say is I'm not sure it swayed me either way, because even if I was going to take delivery midsummer, I was just going to go ahead and order the vehicle and take delivery. But with me, being on that fine line where I don't know if I can wait the additional 3 or 4 or 5 months that they've already delayed it to wait for this Model 3 to be produced. But what I did find very interesting is I had a very good in-depth conversation with the manager of the showroom, and basically this is what he said. He said that the reason for the delay was because Tesla had received additional or more interest in the dual motor configuration than they did the base model. Now, I'm not really buying that. I think that there are a ton of reservation holders that are looking for just that, the base model configuration of the M3. But what does make sense to me is that in order for Tesla to start producing the base Model 3, they completely have to change the way that they're producing the vehicle today. So the lines may change, manufacturing is going to change, how they process, and really we don't even know what features will be dismissed in the base model version of the Model 3. I'm sure there's going to be some interior feature changes. I'm not really sure what the exterior is going to be. It's probably going to be the same. But so those changes, whatever they are are going to change the way that the car is being produced today. And Tesla cannot afford to do that. So it does make sense for them just to jump right in, add the additional motor, which again is going to change a process, but I think it's a minimal process change versus the difference between what the high-end Model 3 is and what the base version of the Model 3 is going to be. So, again, I'm not sure why Tesla is just going through this process now when really it probably should have been part of their production process from the onset. This way they weren't looking to change a bunch of stuff. Plus, they are not going to make the money on the base model version, 35,000 M3 base version, as they are on the higher end version of the Model 3. Tesla needs to continue a revenue stream so that they can hopefully use that money to resolve some of the bottlenecks that they do have in production currently, and get the actual production ramp going and get it started. Start producing more than 1,000 vehicles a week or a day, whatever it's going to be. But I do think that they have a little ways to go. But making this change, if it really is a change, to keep on the path of producing the higher end vehicle with the maxed out options instead of turning their focus to the base model. I think that there's plenty enough reservation holders out there that are going to want to get their hands on a dual motor config and basically the higher end version of this. So as we're talking, it just, he was very general in what his statements were, but there is some truth behind it. So I did appreciate that conversation and really enjoyed going out there looking at the Model 3. So if I was a reservation holder, or if I were you and you do have an M3 in your area that you haven't seen yet, take the time, take the trip, even if it's an hour away, go look at the vehicle. Hopefully that will help you make a decision whether or not to keep your reservation or not. But it definitely is a nice vehicle, and I think that your time spent driving and visiting the vehicle will be well spent. So let's get into the 5 reasons why you should and the 5 reasons why you should not cancel your Model 3 reservation. We're going to start with the reasons why you should cancel. Reason number 1, you can no longer wait for the vehicle to be produced. We're not sure if this timeline is going to be increased again, and you're just like, I had it, I just need to figure out what I'm going to do, but I can no longer wait for another delay from Tesla to get this vehicle in my hands. Number 2, you can afford an MS or an MX or some other alternative vehicle, ICE or another EV, to suffice your need. The M3 was just something maybe you just wanted, but not necessarily needed. And I'm not saying buying a Model 3 or a Model X in lieu of the Model 3 is the right option. I'm not saying that at all, because those are completely 2 different vehicles. They are priced much higher than a Model 3. You cannot get into a base Model S or X for nowhere near the cost that you're going to be able to purchase your Model 3. So I just wanted to be very clear on that. Number 3, Tesla has overpromised and underdelivered, and you are just not willing to take the gamble on when you're going to get your Model 3 anymore. Number 4, you didn't need the Model 3. It was just you were an early adopter, you wanted to get your hands on this vehicle for whatever reason, but not a big deal to you. Number 5, you're frustrated with the timelines and delays that Tesla keeps announcing, and this was the final stake in the ground, and you just don't want to deal with it anymore. So if any of those 5 reasons touch you, and you feel that, hey, I'm canceling because of that, wonderful. If not, if you have some other reasons why you are canceling your reservation, please comment down below. Let me know. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. So let's get into the reasons to keep your Model 3 reservations, which are the ones that I really like. Number 1, the Model 3 is a beautifully equipped EV, first and only of its kind. Now you're saying, Jerry, what are you talking about? There are other EVs on the market. Yes, but nothing like the Model 3. Number 2, there is nothing available in this EV class, right? So you can't jump up to a Model S or a Model X, and you can't step down below because maybe it just doesn't meet your need, right? You are in no hurry to take delivery of your Model 3. That is number 3. Number 4, you think production will actually ramp up in the coming months, and hopefully Tesla can reduce the time frame in which they just announced for the delays, that they're actually going to be able to scratch off those delays and really start to produce these vehicles and meet those timelines as they stated way back when. Hopefully that will be the case. And here's my favorite, number 5, the best reason why you should keep your Model 3 reservation. It is by far the best and only mass market EV at this price point, with the range and technology available now and in the near future. And again, yes, there are certainly other startups and other manufacturing companies that are going to start producing electric vehicles, but they are months and years away at the minimum. And they don't have the support mechanisms and charging infrastructure to be able to support an EV vehicle like Tesla does. So as we move through those reasons, I would just ask that, please comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. Again, these are just my opinions. I'd love to hear from you guys on what your thoughts are and whether or not you did or you're going to cancel your reservation, or are you going to hang on for as long as Tesla takes to deliver your Model 3. Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to comment down below. If you find this information useful, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Now you know.